Hello, this is Barbie at ARTiFACES. I'm sorry I don't have a child today, but I still wanted to teach you my quick angel. First, I do have a little tip for you. I might make myself a little bit of a template, just a face. You can actually download these, just search for face painting template, or you can make your own. My face is about 3/4 of the height of a regular sheet of paper, 11 inches high, so I just made it a little bit smaller for a child. And then you always have this, and can easily redo it if you want to. I put a piece of wax paper on top. The wax paper is actually the single serving ones that you can get at a restaurant supply store. These are by Markel. They come in packs of like 500 or 1,000. They're really cheap. You can just cut up a piece of regular wax paper too. Now I put the shiny waxy side on the bottom. That way, number one, nothing bleeds through. But second of all, the more absorbable side on the top more closely mimics the skin of a child. It absorbs a little bit of the paint. It's not the same as painting on a child. It catches a little bit. So be reassured that anything that you paint on here, it's going to look even better on the child. The other tip I have is you'll notice I have a thick towel, like folded double underneath here. I want there to be a little bit of give. You can see there's some give, almost like, you know, skin or flesh. That's good practice as well. Of course, it makes this design not quite look as good, but that's okay because we're just practicing. So we're going to do a quick angel today, and it looks like this. This is a little girl I painted a few weeks ago, and it's super quick. It can take, it's usually about 2.5 minutes. It's not one of my quickest super quick designs because of the halo, but it's pretty quick. So you grab your color underneath. You can sponge it on, and you can do it really quick. You can also use one of these velour brushes from Silly Farm. I used to love them. I do not any longer because they changed suppliers, and it is impossible to get the good ones anymore. So you can see what I mean by the wax paper catching. See how it kind of catches with my brush? That's all right. So just give it a general shape. You don't even have to do any of this curving if you don't want to. You can just go like this and just go out. Sometimes you don't have to ask the client to even close their eyes because you don't actually have to go over the eyelid if you don't want to. So we're coming a little bit onto the cheek, and we're going up like almost a 45-degree angle this way, and then it's almost like a butterfly shape as well. So that should take you maybe 10-15 seconds. Takes a little bit longer on the paper here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab one of your larger brushes, size 6, 8, 10. I'm actually using pretty small for making the angel feathers. It's a size 6. Mine is a sable, has a little bit too much give, but you pick what you want. I would suggest maybe starting with an 8 and seeing how it goes from there. First, we're going to use that brush, and we're going to dip it in our gold in order to make the halo. Now is a good time to make the halo because you just put the base on, and although hopefully you put the base on pretty dry, it gives it even more time to dry for you, so that's nice. So you've got your halo, put that on quick. It does not have to be horizontal perfectly. Slanted even gives it a little bit more of a character, so don't worry about getting it on wrong. I'm using a Silly Farm, I think it's Fab Gold. It has some glitter in it. The next thing we're going to do is, imagine if this person's eyebrows are right around here. We're actually going to just make a line from the inner corner of the eye, go under the brow, straight over, and end in a teardrop. We're going to do it on the other side. This will give you the ultimate shape, just a guideline of where your other shape should go. You're going to do an inverted little tiny tear here, right under the eye. Let me show you. If you can't see it that well. Then what we're going to do is right next to the outside eye, about maybe 1/2 inch over, start with a long, long teardrop. This is going to be your longest teardrop. Do the same thing on the other side, your longest teardrop. Everything that you build from down here will be from this teardrop as a guideline. So we're going to do 2 on the outside that are almost as long. Again, painting on the wax paper does not look great. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we're doing 1 on each side. Not quite as long. We're doing 1 on each side, coming in a little bit towards an imaginary focal point in this area. Your focal points are always going to reach here between the eyes. See how we have these focal points here? And then we have these teardrops angling in toward this focal point. You always want to keep that in mind. And then just keep building. So we've got the basic shape laid down. We've got some teardrops here. We're going to make some shorter teardrops. Again, on the face, this is going to look a lot nicer. It's going to look a lot more organized. Now, you're going to build from here. You're going to do one long teardrop here, one long teardrop here, almost 45-degree angle, but with a little bit of an upward slant this way. It's going to give you a little bit of movement in the angel feathers. And just build from there. However you like to make your teardrops. Some of you make them backwards like this, or you can call that forwards. I make them both ways. So again, not looking great, but it will on the face. And then here, right above the eyes, you're actually going in a little bit different direction here. We're trying to give it some movement. Okay, we're not having all these feathers go in the same direction. There you go. What else you're going to do is you're going to do 3 more things. You're going to make some dots on the face around here, here, and here. Varying sizes. I like to do it actually right under the outside of the eye. I didn't get my placement perfect this time. We are going to make on the cheeks some starbursts. And another one over here. Let me put this down underneath for you to see again. And then we're going to do a starburst here. So we're doing dots, starbursts, and then we are highlighting our halo, right where the sun would hit on top. Now, you can certainly put glitter on here at this point and then call it a day, or some people like to take a darker color. If you have a gray or something, even better. I only have black, unfortunately, and make some shadows under the halo. It is not necessary. It does add a little bit of depth, but it's not necessary. There you go. There is your quick angel. Now, if you are one of the artists in my market and this is your first time doing this design, if you don't mind changing it up just a little bit for your design board, I'm happy to teach you the techniques. But it's just very strange if all of us artists in the York, Pennsylvania, Southern Pennsylvania area all have the same designs. So feel free to use any of the techniques in certain parts of this, but see if you can change it up just a little bit. It is not immoral of you to copy this because I am giving it away to you all. But if you are in my market, see if you can make it just a little bit different. Thank you and happy painting.